Let me tell you my story.
My skin is always like this.
Let's talk about sex and put an end to fossil fuel exploitation to prevent environmental catastrophe.
Alright. One of my earliest memories as a kid, as of me, with my little short arms, grabbing the noses of one of my dad's longboards and pulling the tail through the sand that bordered the ocean between my house and the beach. As much as I hated carrying that board, what I remembered most wasn't the trek, but the few seconds at the end of our journey when the ocean would come into view and a smile would appear on my dad's face, making it all worthwhile. The ocean has always been an extremely important part of my life, and it always will be. And I can't seem to be away from it for too long or I seem to dry out. As I grew up, my connection with the ocean grew. And I began to realize that the thing that used to make my dad and I so happy might not always be there for us on the other side of those sand dunes. However, my relationship with the ocean, through its challenges and benefits, has changed how I view the world. It showed me its infinite capacity to provide, while it still needed us, humans, to take care of it. Before I moved to Bali, I worked with an organization called IndoJack in Wilmington, North Carolina. They're an organization that runs a normal surf camp during the day, but then with the help of volunteers, runs sessions for anyone in need of some healing from the ocean. While working with them, I witnessed how impactful the ocean can be with all sorts of people, battling from many different things, from being visually impaired to the effects of autism. One summer, the founder of IndoJack, a family friend, let me stay at his house for a week so I could volunteer at the camp. Every morning, we would wake up early and drive to the beach to teach the local grown-ups how to surf. In the afternoon, after they all went home, a group of visually impaired kids would arrive at the beach with their families. On that first day, that's where I met Jonas. Jonas was a kid around my age who had never been able to see anything other than different shades of light and dark. He's been coming to the camp for years, and he can't seem to get enough, leaving every day after every session just as excited to come back as the day before. When I first got to see him surf, I was blown away at his natural ability. With most people, it takes months of constant surfing before they can surf at that level. But because Jonas was relying on what he felt instead of what he saw, instead of what he sees, his reactions were more in tune with the ocean. And we were stoked. For the rest of the week, we were catching as many waves as we could, creating a friendship over something that seemed so simple. During that first day, I saw the transformative nature of the ocean firsthand, as well as surfing being employed as a form of therapy. I always knew the ocean was powerful because of the grasp it had on my life, but I never knew the true openness it had. Through all my experience with the ocean, I knew it would always be a part of my life in some way, whether it was either shaping surfboards or daydreaming about the waves I'm missing at this very moment. Oh, is it not working? Okay. Okay. After moving to Bali, which was like a dream being a kid from one of the small wave capitals of the world, South Carolina, I became more aware of the environmental effects of mismanaged waste and pollution that are being pumped into our world's oceans. Having grown up in a more developed country, I was completely withdrawn from the situation. It wasn't that I didn't know what was going on, but no matter how many news articles you read or videos you watch, until you're in the thick of it, seeing reefs being killed by pesticides, beaches overflowing with trash, and rivers and septic tanks overflowing and turning rivers into basically sewers. Do you fully understand what's going on? Seeing this fueled my actions to get involved. That's when I found Soul Surf. I came across the organization purely because of the multitude of projects they were involved in. The list is endless. From teaching orphans to swim and surf to saving washed-up marine life. But what really interests me was how they were helping orphans in Bali fulfill their full potential through the help of the ocean. When I saw the work they were doing, it brought me back to the time with Jonas and the feeling I got almost halfway across the world. This made me realize how truly universal the ocean was, disregarding race, culture, and even language. To the ocean, we're all the same. Soul Surf does an amazing job educating them about the ocean and helping them with job and educational opportunities. Through the foundation, we've been creating a love for the sea at an early age, making it easier to raise awareness about the ocean's problems. One afternoon, when I was with Yogi, one of the working forces behind Soul Surf, we were pushing some kids into some pretty fun waves down in the Kuta area, when a large pool of orange liquid emerged from an unknown source. We were hoping it would dissipate, but as I got closer, we began to see the truly horrific it was, turning whitewash from the waves orange and creating a border of what looked like oil on the sand. We got out of the water as quickly as we could, afraid of becoming sick. Later we found out that it truly was oil, but more specifically, coconut oil from Morongs just up the river. Seeing this reinforced just how important organizations like the Bauer and Project Cleaner the Water are to the environment. Even though it can seem like a small effort in the big scheme of things, it can have a profound effect on the environment. Through the time that I've volunteered with the organization, I've seen plenty of kids from all walks of life come down to the beach. But when they get into the water, they're all treated the same, but the effects are always completely different. I've seen a kid who was extremely shy on land became extremely loud and not afraid of expressing his emotions at all, proving surfing is more than just a hobby. In conclusion, what I want you to remember from this speech here today is that no matter how little you believe your efforts are, it only takes one connection with one person to make it all worthwhile. As well as the importance of a two-pronged approach of caring for the ocean, as well as harnessing the therapeutic nature of the ocean, to better help the water around Bali, as well as the people on the island. By connecting with Soul Surf, who have a booth at the Sustainability Expo, we can create a better future for the oceans in our community. We need to take care of the ocean and let it take care of us. Thank you.